What is going on, guys? K-Dog's Kennel coming at you now with a game I actually forgot I had, but I want to present to you one of my all-time favorite games ever that I've ever played in my entire life. That being Final Fantasy X. We're going to play the remastered version on my PS5, and this is the remastered edition, which will talk about the key differentials between the game that was released in 2002 and the remastered version that they redid a few years ago. So let's just jump right into this, shall we? Select a sphere grid to use. So right out of the gate, the remastered version of the game kind of kicks in, if you will. And basically, I'm going to keep the standard sphere grid, which basically what that does is the standard sphere grid, all 6 or 7 characters that you're going to be in control of are going to start in their own section of the sphere grid, just like the original game. Now, the expert sphere grid, if you want to be a little bit more, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? The creative with the direction that your characters go. Choose the expert sphere grid, and what that does is that starts all 6 or 7 characters in the dead center of the sphere grid. Okay, and what that means is you can take them anywhere, all over the board. Like for example, Lulu, who is like your black mage or whatnot, you can make Waka or Yuna your black mage if you so chose, or you can make all 3 of them a black mage if you wanted to and take them down Lulu's side of the grid. But again, for the walkthrough purposes, I'm just going to do the standard sphere grid. Everybody's on their own section of the board, if you will. You have selected the standard sphere grid. You cannot switch grids. Is this the one you want? Yes. And I mean, the soundtrack, again, original, what was in the original game, the arranged is the remastered. I don't mind the arranged. So let's get in, ladies and gentlemen, to Final Fantasy X. My God, where do I even begin with this game? One of my all-time favorite games ever. I love this scene. This is actually toward the end of the game. And this opening scene will play out much later in the game. This is actually kind of a lengthy game. I will, again, this is not a 100% playthrough, or walkthrough rather. This is just me showing you guys what to do, where to go. We're also going to be doing some of the side quests. We're going to be obtaining, some, not all, because to be frank, I am not able to get all the celestial weapons. I struggle to get Tidus's. I struggle to get Kamari's. But at the end of the day, that's not a big deal. Another thing I want to try to do, it's going to take a lot of grinding off stream to do. But let's talk a little bit about the differences, because this is just kind of there's really not too many words. At the end there will be, but about the differences, I mean, obviously the graphics are completely souped up. They look amazing, they look beautiful, they look crisp, amazing. That's obviously, with a remaster, that's the first thing they focus on is the graphics. Now, Final Fantasy X Remastered is the international version of the game, okay? Now, what that means is there's going to be things in this game that were not in the original game released in the early 2000s, all right? And that the biggest thing, as Tidus is about to talk here, hang on one second.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Final Fantasy X, but again, so the international version had the super bosses. There are a lot of super bosses in this game that were not in the original, and those entities are the Dark Aeons, as well as the ultimate super boss, Penance. Now, I can't guarantee I'm going to get to penance, but I will at least show you guys where the Dark Aeons are, because the Dark Aeons are extremely powerful. And unless you're like fully prepared to fight the Dark Aeons, you're not going to get very far with them. They will insta-kill you in the blink of an eye. So, but here in this first part, we're going to do the tutorial area, if you will. Alright, so this is Tidus. This is our main protagonist. He is a Blitzball star. Blitzball, you're either going to love Blitzball or you're going to hate it, but...
Can you sign this?
No problem.
And you can change the name if you want. I mean, if you want to change it to your own name, that's for the walkthrough purposes, we're going to keep everything as default. This is Tidus, or some pronounce it Titus.
Please?
Alrighty.
Me too!
Take it easy.
So he's signing autographs.
Can I have your autograph?
Of course.
Good luck tonight!
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
He's blocking the front row! Fifth from the right!
Got it. Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3... Teach us how to blitz!
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after!
Maybe tonight, no.
You can't tonight.
I mean, tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
So here is Zanarkand, which is Tidus' hometown, if you will. Shit. That's Tidus' dad. By the that is Jecht. We'll hear a lot about Jecht in the game, including this opening monologue that we're about to hear.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jecht, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jecht all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa. Didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway.
I mean, you can stand there and listen to the whole thing. It goes on for a while, but
coming through, sorry.
we're making our way into the arena for the big blitzball matchup.
I'm gonna be late. Hey, let go of me.
I love this freaking opening scene. There might be a scene later in the game, and those of you who have played Final Fantasy X know the scene I'm talking about. The underwater scene with Tidus and Yuna in the woods. I don't know if that will actually be able to be shown or whatnot, because I know, like, when this game first came out, like, anybody that streamed it, it wouldn't let it be broadcast, let's say. I mean, it's not like nothing, like, there's no nudity or anything like that. It's just, I guess, the content or whatever, but. So I said, Blitzball is a lot of fun. If you want Wakka's Celestial Weapon, you might want to learn how to play Blitzball. But there is Auron. We'll have Oren with us later, but that gigantic thing is none other than Sin, which is the primary, like, enemy, if you will, boss. I mean, obviously, you know, end of the game you fight Sin, but again, Sin, you're going to hear a lot about Sin in the game. Alright, so now once we regain control, we come to Oren.
Oren! What are you doing here?
I was waiting for you.
What are you talking about?
Now we're going to get our first taste of combat in the game.
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
What the? Hey, wait! Hey, not this way.
Look.
We called it Sin.
We called it Sin.
I'll refrain from doing that, but yeah, I love this game. I love this game so much.
Take it. A gift from Jekt.
My old man?
I hope you know how to use it.
Alright, we are thrusted into combat. Combat in Final Fantasy X is pretty straightforward. I mean, obviously the upper right-hand corner has the the order, the turn order, if you will. Titus has the first go, and then 3 of these sin scales will have a turn, and then, you know, all that. Obviously, hit points is your health, MP is your magic, which I don't really do a lot of magic in the game until we get Lulu, who is our black mage, but we'll talk about her later on. So these guys were just kind of cutting through and advancing forward, like so.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
Yeah, so basically don't worry about enemies behind you, just focus on the ones that are right in front of you. And then we just, you know, the game automatically, like, propels you forward, so... This is going to be our, I guess, our first boss of the game, if you will. Our first big enemy. This guy cannot kill you in any way, shape, or form. Gravity-based attack called Demi that he just did.
Some can't wait to die.
And basically what Demi does is it reduces your health by approximately 25% each turn. Now obviously there's some sin scales here too. And we have a another tutorial section here with overdrives. So we're going to execute Auron's overdrive, his first overdrive, Dragon Fang, which is going to eliminate all 5 of these sin scales down here. Oh shit. Woo! Alright, so now it is down to the Sinspawn Amos. Sinspawn Amos has 2,400 hit points. Yes, I've written all this stuff down. I've actually been planning this. I planned to do this on Xbox, but then when I got it on my PS5, I was just like, you know what? Yeah. So Titus, his overdrive, you just want to stop the cursor in the middle there. And then basically just start hauling off on this thing until it dies. Like I said, Demi is the only attack it does. It cannot kill you, so... both guys are in critical health, but you know what? It just does not matter. Don't worry about it. Don't be alarmed. Don't try to heal. Don't waste your time. And now it's gone. Alright, and then we're going to come this way, and we're going to encounter our first save sphere. Which, by touching a save sphere, you can obviously save your game. It also fully restores your party's health and your magic points, so... not going to save it just yet.
What are you laughing at, old man? Auron, let's get out of here!
We're expected.
Huh? Give me a break, man!
And for this part, you want to just again focus on the sin scales that are in front of you until Auron will point out the tanker on the right-hand side. That thing that's spinning. We'll actually start attacking that here in a minute.
be bad. That! Knock it down!
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
Focus all your attacks on the tanker that will eventually fall and basically obliterate the bridge here. And that should be it. Yep, there it is.
Sure. This is it. This is your story. It all begins here. Hey! Hey!
My old man?
Now this part's kind of weird. You want to hold down the circle to float downwards. I don't know. I'm assuming this is like some sort of a dream sequence or something, but and then you want to go to the left, and then we get our first look at Jekt.
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy. I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore.
All right.
Anybody there? Aaron! Hey!
Alright, so we wake up after Sin takes us away. So basically we gotta navigate up here. We're actually gonna be cutting the part off here when we get to the next save sphere. Which is gonna be coming up here soon. And then the next part We're going to go through the underwater ruins. Oh, goodness. Stop yawning, K-Dog. Alright, and here is our save sphere, where we are going to save. Actually, I'm gonna. Oh my god, I haven't played this game in over a year. Or no. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought it said 2020. I was like, damn. About 3 months that I played, but there we go. So we're going to save it there, guys, and we're going to cut the part off right here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Again, in the next part, we're going to be navigating the underwater ruins, and we're going to be fighting another couple bosses. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in part 2. Take care.